one of my students just recently broke 93 days, baby. This calls for a celebration. Alrighty, Raha, so because it's your special day, because you have finally finished your reboot, let's be serious here. You don't really need a Johnson anymore, do you? You're not gonna use it. So I got you a birthday gift. Why don't you come over to my crib and we'll take care of that Johnson and celebrate. On the real though, Raha, one of my students, he broke the 90 days, he completed his reboot, came in to 93 days, which is crazy. I'm so proud of him, I'm so happy. Like everybody in the group is just like so excited for him and we're like, yo, this is huge. And although he did relapse after 93 days, he nearly doubled his previous streak. And the last time I hopped on a call with him, he's just different. Like the look in his eyes, I can see like a spark of life in him. The way he's verbalizing, the passion in his like demeanor, and the way he articulates himself, like I was just amazed. I was like, dude, you're a whole different person now.
I felt like a shell. Like I don't know how. Like, do you remember the feelings you had when you were heavy in your those shitty habits? Like, do you remember how you felt? Like you probably felt very anxious. You probably like. Do you recall anything?
I felt so shallow. I felt like I was like a negative percentage of myself, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
I was so detached from everything.
Desensitized.
Watching it over, yeah, that too. Over and over again. When can I get that next jolt of pleasure? And even when I got that, I wasn't satisfied.
Yeah.
And became bitter, resentful.
Would you say now you feel more confident, or you feel like more assured in yourself? How do you feel in terms of like your esteem, your confidence, your anxiety levels?
You know that feeling that you get? It's like it runs through your blood. You're like, I'm going to get this done because I'm strong. I can do it. I'm powerful. I'm not going to let external hyperstimuli, anything, whether it be food or pornography or just excessive binging or of Netflix. I don't do any of that anymore. And I get this feeling in my blood every now and then to where I'm going to get this stuff done. I'm going to get whatever I have to do done. And not only that, I feel so much happier as a human being. As a human being, when I walk here in the city, I say, I'm like, wow, look at all these buildings, man. Look at how much effort people have put into doing stuff. For people to live, for people to have a nice view. And that made me so happy, so grateful. And with pornography, with excessive watching, I don't think you can do much in the world.
So this is huge, man. 90 days have been cracked. Everyone in the group is so happy. And when he was telling everyone like, hey, I broke 93 days, one of the other students was like, hey, how did you do it? In terms of like, what other things were you doing? Like let us in on like what your lifestyle looked like. Like what were your secrets? Like, do you have anything to like really say for it? And here's actually what Raha said. I'm going to present you his tips, some of the tips that he mentioned that helped him a lot. The first point was go find some work or go to school. Okay. And this is so key because one of the biggest reasons why we relapse so much is that we're just bored. You're not doing anything with your time. And we hate being bored. We love serotonin, we love dopamine, we love novelty, we love being stimulated. We're just wired that way. So of course, some of the things that can stimulate you like that is going to be PMO. So get busy, okay? Do something productive with your time. It's gonna make you feel accomplished. You're gonna be more proud of yourself, and it's actually gonna develop yourself. Like it's gonna develop you as a person and actually lead somewhere. You're gonna build your future here. Point number 2 is a social media cleanse. So Raha was saying that he encouraged you to stay away from social media as much as you reasonably can and to basically avoid dating apps. Now, the reason for that is social media has a lot of triggers on it. The orientation of the content on social media is similar to adult websites. And to a novice mind, to a newbie, that can trigger you in a heartbeat. One of our students, he actually would only relapse using social media, even though he'd blocked out all adult sites and he had like a whole system he created. He would be using like SoundCloud, Instagram, YouTube. He would be able to get off on these sites. So a social media cleanse is great because it's going to give you more time to develop yourself. And we tend to mindlessly use these apps. Generally, people don't use them in a smart way, even when they're like leisure. 8 hours of YouTube use in a day. Okay, that's not leisure, that's called time wasting, that's called procrastinating. The third point was hitting the gym consistently. This is so good for your mind, for your body. It's gonna make you feel better. You're gonna feel, happier about how you feel and how you look. But also, there's a lot of cool people you're gonna meet at the gym. It's gonna be great for your social life too. The next point is make money. This is very simple. This is something that kind of goes along with the first point, but essentially here, it's great. Making money is going to enable you to do more things. It's really just a game of power. And when you have resources and when you have money, you can actually do the things you care about. The next thing he talked about was talking to strangers. Now, this is really good for your mind and your soul. When you look into other people's eyes, and more importantly, when you look into the eyes of the opposite sex, you're literally improving your lifespan. It was statistically said, I was watching this Vsauce video, he was like talking about a study that your lifespan increases by 10% when you look into the eyes of a woman, if you're a man. And that's because there's neurochemicals going off. Like when you caress a woman's arm, oxytocin is being released in your blood. And that really helps with your health. It's good for you. You're supposed to feel it. And it actually helps with like lowering your stress, being more at ease, feeling relaxed, feeling calmer. So that's like huge. And by talking to people and being more open, you'll develop yourself and you'll be able to find more friends. You'll be able to start, developing yourself in ways that you never have before. And the last point Raha left us with was surrounding yourself with like-minded people. This is so important. When you're around people, they influence you in ways you can't imagine. If I lived in a home of 10 people and everyone was playing League of Legends every day, what do you think I would be doing? It would be very hard to resist it because all of my social dynamics around these dudes, the things they would talk about is about League and it's about playing this game, and I see them playing and I want to join in on the fun. It's like, but if you're in a home with pickup artists per se, and they're always going out and they're like, dude, come on, let's go out tonight. Let's go. You're more inclined to do the things they're doing. Doesn't mean that you're going to be just like them. They're going to influence you. So you want to be around people that think the way you want to think, that behave the way you want to behave, that are essentially the dream version of you, because they're going to help you become that, So those were the 6 points he left in the chat. Really solid advice. But look, I have to address an elephant in the room here. Everything he said is really sound. It's really good tips. It's things that I actually taught him. It's things that I teach in my training. But what we haven't discussed is the other half of his success. Like, although that's true, it helped him a lot. Raha went through hours, days, weeks, months of internalization and inner work, journaling. He put in a ton of work, okay? And these habits are useless if you don't have the drive and the inner components to do them. And that's what my training did for Raha. It gave him that mindset. It gave him the drive. It gave him the power to now enable himself to do all these things consistently. I mean, think about it. Doing all those things consistently over the course of months, something has to change up here. And it changed. It changed. He ran through my training and he changed. And if you don't tackle your inner demons and your crappy mindsets and your limiting beliefs, what happens is all these points, all these excellent tips Raha gave us becomes useless. Why is that? Because this is what happens is you'll go to the gym for a week, then you'll back out. You'll go and talk to strangers, but you'll feel awkward about it and you'll think it's stupid. And then you'll go and revert to playing Fortnite to improve your social skills because I'm doing voice chat and I'm, talking to my buddies. And you'll make money, but you'll spend it on useless things. You'll spend it on expensive clothes, and you won't actually educate yourself and save up your funds. You'll spend it on things that become useless after you buy it. And you'll spend it on adult content and memberships for, watching, doing PMO. Like, you'll just do all the wrong things because it's coming from the wrong place. And that's what you need to understand here. Raha put a ton of time and effort into fixing all these inner mechanics within himself to, become who he is now and to have the results that he has now and to be traveling and to be doing amazing work and to be talking to women and exploring his dating life and to, be challenging himself in ways that he's never done before, to be far more confident. Raha is not alone in his success. In fact, I've had other students run through my training as well, and it just keeps coming in. People are like, hey, I've been able to double my streak here, I've improved myself like this, and miscellaneous stuff. I was talking to a client and I helped him overcome his 10-year depression he had over this business failure. And I was baffled when I was on call with him. He's like, yo, thanks. A lot of stuff you taught, I was able to apply it to my depression. And by no means am I a therapist or, clinician, this, that. But this is just the matter at hand. The results speak for itself. And you know what? I know what you're thinking at this point. You're like, okay, so what? What is this training? I want to know the inner stuff. What am I supposed to do? How can I get there? How can I get to the point where these guys have reached these successes? How do I complete my reboot? How do I go through these changes and these transformations? How do I change my inner workings? I totally get it. I would be asking those same questions as well. And the good news is I am opening up the training series, the 3-step free video training series that I had closed last month. I'm opening up again, all right? And it's down in the description. And basically, that is going to teach you how to get there, how to be a more confident person, how to overcome those crushing insecurities and anxieties, how to be where Raha is. My students already ran through this, okay? They ran through my blueprint. They've already done it. I'm opening it up again for you to do it now. It's going to be down into the description, right? I've packaged all of my tools, my mindsets. It's been tested. It's been proven. And, summer's coming to an end. School's just around the corner. And I want you to rise up to be your best self when you go back to school so you can make your parents proud, if you will. So you can show your friends who the boss really is. So you can be more assertive. So you can overcome this crippling addiction and put your time into something that's far more worthwhile, like building a business or traveling or be it whatever, even perhaps putting it into some sort of relationship if that's something you desire. Be it whatever. I want you to become the person you deserve to be. So down into the description, you can click that link and you can sign up for the free video training series. There's 3 videos. The first one you can gain access to immediately, and the following ones I will email them to your inbox. So you keep an eye on that. You're gonna get it within 1 week. Alrighty, so it's gonna go down very soon. I have taken down the training series in the past. It's gonna go down once again very shortly. So if you're watching this right now and if you click that link and it works, I urge you, take action, because I'm not going to reward procrastinators and lazy people. I'm not saying that you are one. I think that you're capable of a lot, and I want to give you the opportunity to make the most of your time right now. So thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you next time. Peace out.